Welcome to Leader Lifestyle Hub, who we are a unique digital place for digital leaders to grow and enhance every day. We have set the target of completing 200 book summaries in the entire year. And today we are here on the book number 59. And the name of the book that we have today is Option B. Without any delay, let us start our blog reading. And then we will come up with a new creation of mind map after reading this blog summary. So let me share my screen and let me hide video panel. Yep. Great. I hope so. Everything is clear. A unique place for digital leaders to enhance every day. So let us see the option B book summary written by Sheryl Shandberg. First of all, for whom this book is nothing but target audience. Let us see the target audience of this book. The 16-year-old who just lost a parent, suppose any kid who misses their parent for a long time. The 53-year-old who suddenly got laid off. Suppose if somebody got job and that job got went off. For those people, this book will be helpful. And anyone who feels like a past trauma is still holding them back. Let us see the small synopsis. Before going to further, let me introduce who is Sheryl Shandberg. Sheryl Shandberg is nothing but Facebook COO, Chief Operating Officer. Let us see the small synopsis. This book, Option B, shares the stories of the people who have had to deal with a traumatizing event, most notably Facebook COO Sheryl Shandberg, to help you face adversity, become more resilient, and find joy again after life punches you in the face. We all have challenges in our life. We all face difficulties in our life. Life punches in at certain point of time. So at that time, how we need to overcome and how to be stable and how to be resilient, that we will learn from this book. Okay. Let us listen from the Sheryl Shandberg. Let me fall if I must fall. This is a powerful quotation. If possible, write down on the paper. Let me fall if I must fall. The one I become will catch me. The one I become will catch me. This is a powerful statement. Let me fall if I must fall. The one I become will catch me. Now we will see the 8 chapters synopsis, chapter-wise synopsis. There are 8 chapters in this book, option B. The chapter 1 is nothing but resilience. The first chapter, resilience, teaches the concepts of how to stay strong and how it can be developed in the face of adversity or challenges. Sheryl Shandberg shares her personal experience of losing her husband suddenly. Sheryl Shandberg lost her husband suddenly and the grief and the trauma that followed. She also discusses how she learned to be resilient through the support of family, friends, and professionals. In this powerful chapter, the key takeaways are: resilience is the ability to bounce back from the challenge and build a meaningful life after loss or trauma. And it can be developed through a positive coping mechanisms, such as seeking social support. Write down this on paper or write down on the digital notes. Seeking social support, practicing self-care, finding purpose and meaning in your life. If you want to find your purpose and meaning, refer Ikigai and find out your purpose and meaning. And Ikigai also, there is a few flaws. Recently, one of my mentors said about the few flaws in the Ikigai. We will see that later. Resilience is not about getting over a loss, but about learning to live with it and find a new normal. This is a new normal, is a new terminology came in the terms of COVID. So resilience is not about getting over a loss, but also about learning to live with it, finding a new normal way. So first chapter is all about resilience, how to build resilience. It's the help of social support, self-care, and finding purpose. Let us see the chapter 2. In the chapter 2, Sandberg discusses the challenges of talking about grief and loss, how to communicate with others who may be struggling with their emotions. She shares her own experience of feeling like an outsider after her husband's death and how she found comfort in talking openly about her grief. Means whenever you find a challenging time, try to share it with someone else. Why? Because if you keep your miseries or griefs in your memory bank, that will become a dustbin. Kick the elephant out of the room. The key takeaways of this book chapter is talking openly about grief and loss can help reduce feelings of isolation and stigma. Sometimes we feel isolated. Why? Because we don't share the feelings of ours or we feel the stigma. So talk openly about grief and loss. At least have one friend to share your things or one neighbor or any accountability partner so that you can openly talk about whatever your feelings is and reduce your feelings of isolation and stigma with them. It's important to be mindful of how we communicate with others who may be grieving and to who offer support without trying to fix their feelings or offer unsolicited advice. Sometimes people need only persons to listen, not to reply. They want one support to just listen their feelings and remove their burdens. They don't need advisors or they don't need console. They just need support of listening. It's okay to set boundaries and protect our own emotional well-being when interacting with others who may be struggling with their own grief. So first lesson is chapter is resilience. How do you build it? By seeking social support. Again, second lesson is also the similar chapter. It is kicking the elephant out of the room. And it says that talk openly with your neighbor or partner, with your accountability partner. And let us see the chapter number 3. Chapter number 3 is the platinum rule of the friendship. Sandberg discusses the importance of empathy and compassion in building strong relationships. She shares her own experience of feeling judged as she lost her husband. She had her own experience, and that experience has been judged and isolated after her husband's death. She felt like that by herself. Means somebody is judging me. I feel isolated after my husband's death. Lots of thoughts were playing around her mind. And how she learned to be more compassionate towards herself and others. So this is a powerful lesson to overcome the life challenges. Let us see the key takeaways of this book. Challenge. The platinum rule of friendship. First powerful lesson that we can take from this chapter is empathy and compassion are essential for building strong relationships. Empathy and compassion are essential for building strong relationships and supporting others through difficult times. Sometimes you might never know what your partner might be going on. You just need to showcase the empathy and compassion. There is a lot of difference between sympathy and empathy. Empathy means you need to put yourself in the other man's shoe. Whereas sympathy means you be there with your role, but you will showcase the kindness or compassion. So it's important to be kind to ourselves and to recognize that we are doing the best we can in the face of adversity. It's okay to ask for help and support from others and to offer help and support in return. Let us see the chapter number 4. Chapter number 4 is all about self-compassion and self-confidence. Let us revise all the 3 lessons. Resilience, after that kicking out the elephant out of the room, and the third powerful chapter is the platinum rule of friendship. Before going further, have a sip of water, keep hydrated yourself. Wonderful. I hope so you are taking digital notes or physical notes. We will discuss about your notes in the comments section. Let us see the chapter number 4, self-compassion and self-confidence. Sandberg discusses the challenges of rebuilding self-confidence after a loss or setback. As Shandberg loses her husband, she shares her own experience of feeling insecure and unsure of herself after her husband's death, how she learned to cultivate self-compassion and self-confidence. This is required even if her husband was alive. Means, but she felt that importance huge after the misery. Let us see the key takeaways from this powerful chapter. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with kindness and understanding, especially in the face of difficulty or failure. Sometimes we try to do some things, but it will fail. At that time, we need to have self-compassion, which means treating ourselves with kindness. You don't be too harsh. There was a powerful quotation that I learned from the last 2 days in the trip, which is, be sincere, not be serious. Don't be serious, but be sincere. This is a powerful quotation. If you understand, type in the chat box or comment box. Let us see the next powerful lesson that we can take from this chapter. Self-confidence can be rebuilt through positive self-talk. Setting achievable goals. Achievable goals means you can simply say one-day targets, minute milestones, and recognize your own strengths and accomplishments. So once you set a simple target and achieve it, your self-confidence will be boosted. You can rebuild your self-confidence even you completely fall down, even you completely break down, even if you go through completely bankrupt. It's important to be patient and kind to yourself as you navigate the process of rebuilding your self-confidence. The only thing you need is self-confidence and self-compassion to rebuild and regain the strength. Let us see the chapter number 5, bouncing forward. I hope so you are able to take that. Great, Geetaka. I hope so I am able to see. Yes. Let us see the chapter 5, bouncing forward. Sandberg discusses the concept of post-traumatic growth. Means some trauma happened in your life. After that, there should be some growth curve after the trauma, and how it can help us find meaning and purpose after a loss or trauma. Many people in the world find their true purpose or their true meaning after their major traumas or failures. She shares examples of individuals who have found new opportunities and new passions after a setback and how they learned to bounce forward. Even Praveen, I think so, name of the Praveen, he faced the challenges of traveling for ticket agents, travel agents and booking area. He found that difficulties and challenges, he launched the Redbus app. Even if you take any software industry or software tools or apps, they came from the setbacks. If you take an example of Flipkart, there are lots of reviews, means lots of user reviews got negative feedback. But after they became very top in the marketing, e-commerce business, why? Because they learned how to bounce forward. Let us see the key takeaways from this powerful chapter. Post-traumatic growth involves finding meaning and purpose in life after a loss or trauma. It's important to focus on your strengths and passions to explore new opportunities and experiences that align with your values and goals. In my case, I am very passionate about 3 things. One is spirituality, and second one is technology, and third one is health and wellness. So I'll be focusing on these 3 categories. However, this technology bring me this education tool, so which is Summarize is currently is in my core passion. So I am doing it my passion. So focus on your strengths and passions. Bouncing forward involves taking risks and stepping out of your comfort zone and being open to new possibilities and perspectives. So we are coming up with the new perspectives as well. So in our journey, so we are bringing AI tools in our journey. We will reveal that in upcoming journey. So bouncing forward suggests you to find your purpose or meaning at every calamity that you face. Sometimes you never know, the calamity might come through your body diseases, it may be coming from nature diseases or anything. You never expected about COVID, but it hit the huge market. Then afterwards, lots of digital technology turned up and it bouncing forward in a rapid pace. Lot of ebooks, podcasts, and lot of tools came in the market. So we need to bounce forward according to the technology, according to the situations. Let us see the chapter number 6. Failing and learning at work. In this chapter, Shandberg discusses the challenges of navigating loss and trauma in the workplace. She shares examples of individuals who have experienced setbacks in their careers, like if suppose you have gone through the career challenges, she picked that type of persons and how they learn to embrace failure as an opportunity for growth and learning. Means we need to learn from not only from our mistakes, we need to learn from others' mistakes as well. So let us see the key lessons from this powerful chapter. Loss and trauma can impact our performance at work, and it's important to prioritize self-care and seek support from colleagues and professionals. Failure is a natural part of the learning process, and it's important to view setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning. Whenever you start something and if your targets are not able to reach, find out your failures and try to use them as an opportunity to learn and grow. Resilience in the workplace involves building strong relationship with colleagues and setting achievable goals and learning from mistakes. Remember one more powerful lesson: don't learn from mistakes of your own. Learn from mistakes of others as well. Let us see the last 2 more lessons. Chapter number 7, raising resilient kids. You might have kid in your home, you might be big parent of your home, or you might be your home minister of your home. Let us see how Shandberg saying about raising resilient kids. Shandberg discusses the challenges of parenting through loss and trauma. She shares her own experience of raising her children after her husband's death. Imagine a woman having her husband and kid. Suddenly her husband lost and she had her kid, and she has to raise up the kid for a long-term journey. And the strategies she used to help them build resilience and find meaning in their life. It is tough for a single woman to raise the child, and it is very tough to maintain the home as well. Parenting is the key lesson from this powerful chapter. Let us see the top 3 key takeaways. Parenting through loss and trauma requires patience, empathy, and compassion. It is easy to say here, but in the practical, it is very difficult. I understand. But it's important to be honest with the children about difficult topics while also providing age-appropriate information and support. We need to provide the age-appropriate information and support so that they become resilient. If you hide the information, they will hide more and more. So if you show up, they will also show up. Try to be honest with your children. That is a powerful lesson. Be honest with your children, whatever it is. Building resilience in children involves, if you want to build resilience in children, promote positive coping strategies. If suppose any challenge they are going to face, try to give them preventive measures. Find their meaning or purpose in their life. If suppose your kid is interested in painting, try to help them in becoming painters, or try to help them showing the painters how they face the challenges, how they achieved the awards. If your kid is interested in driving or skydiving, whatever it may be, find out the experts in that and showcase the challenges of the experts and showcase their life stories. Fostering strong relationship with your family and friends is also another way to help your kid to become a resilient and stay strong. Means never make your child feel isolated. As you are in the family, try to showcase you are the strength for your kid. Let us see the final chapter of this book, which is nothing but finding meaning and joy. This one word made me to select this book today. Finding meaning and joy is essential for any human being. Shandberg discusses the importance of finding meaning and joy in life after a loss or trauma. She shares examples of individuals who have found new purpose and happiness after setbacks and the strategies they use to cultivate joy in their lives. Let us see the key takeaways. Finding meaning and joy in life involves exploring your core values and passions and aligning your own actions with your goals and beliefs. Again, repeating, finding joy in your life. If you want to find your joy in your life, then explore three things. One is your passion, whatever your passions are, and what are your values. Values, suppose like you are determined, passionate, committed, and family is one of the core value, and money is the one of the core value. Learning is the core value. Find out your core values. There are lots of tests available on the online to identify your core values. Let's try to find out your core values and passions and align your daily actions with your passion. Suppose if I am interested in coding, I need to align my actions in a day to work more time on that coding. If I am creative part, if I am interested in designing, I need to manage my time to create more time on the creative designs. So align more time on your values and passions, either for you or for your kids. Anything is fine. It's important to prioritize your self-care, seek support from self-loved ones, and practice the gratitude and mindfulness. These two are very powerful before going to sleep. Why? Because if you don't practice the gratitude and mindfulness, your mind will be in disturbed mode. And the disturbed mode gives you disturbed sleep. And disturbed sleep gives you disturbed morning. And your day will be again in the circle of every day. So if you practice the gratitude of whatever you have done on the day before going to bed and practice the mindfulness of your entire system, you will find the peaceful sleep and peaceful morning, and you will find the joy eventually. So whatever you are planning tomorrow's tasks, that also you practice it before going to bed. Cultivating joy in your life involves three things. Embrace positive emotions, suppose happiness, adventurous, or exclamations, whatever the positive emotions, embrace them, find the meaning in your life, and focus on your present moment. This will be possible only if you do practicing mindfulness before going to bed as soon as you wake up. These 2 times you try to practice. Even if you practice 1 minute, just 1 minute before going to sleep, that is well and enough. Let us see the top 3 lessons from this book that whatever we have seen. Trauma leads to 3 P's you have to deal with. Grounded hope speeds up healing process, which you can find by spending time with others. Be a panic button for grieving friends and offer specific help. Let me repeat the 8 chapters titles. First chapter is resilient. Build your resilience with the social support. Second chapter is all about kicking the elephant out of the roof. Kick out all the elephants who are staying out of your memory bank. And the third powerful chapter is platinum rule of friendship. Share your everything with your friend and showcase empathy and compassion in supporting them. Self-compassion and self-confidence also required because to stay ahead or to have strongness in your character after losing or after a setback. After that, we have seen chapter number 5, how to bounce forward when something trauma happened in your life. not only in your life, in everyone's life. And the sixth lesson we have seen how to learn from failures in the especially work zone, not only in the work zone, in every life zone, not only from your own mistakes, from all other mistakes. We have seen in the seventh chapter how to raise the resilient kids, and we have seen ultimately how to find meaning and joy by focusing on the present moment, which gives the powerful conclusion, which gives a powerful roadmap for building resilience and finding meaning in the face of challenges or adversities. This book is filled up with the practical strategies and inspiring examples, making it a valuable resource for anyone who has experienced loss or trauma, or who wants to learn how to support others who are struggling. I hope so. It is clear. Geetaka, I thank you so much for listening. Any powerful lessons that you have taken from this powerful book?
Setback.
Yes.
Main of thing is a bounce forward when I was first. Passion, aligned for the fashion actions, more of what we need. And that is constantly, I want to work on this. That kind of suggestions makes really very, very nice.
Super.
Yeah.
And
the bouncing forward means really more interesting what she is given this explanation. That is the one I really looking for this. Yeah, thank you.
And we have seen that there is a 3P model. Actually, there is a 3P model from this book. I was not explained that. I would like to explain it in the mind map format. So 3P model was disclosed by the author, and we will recollect all the lessons, whatever we have learned from this blog summary. Let me create mind map on the live.
Okay.
Okay. Just 1 more minute. Okay. These are the 3 P's that we didn't cover in the option B. There is a 3 P's. Write down the 3 P's.
Okay.
One is personalization. Second one is pervasiveness. And the third one is permanence.
Okay.
There are 3 P's. First thing is personalization. Contrary to all evidence, Sheryl kept blaming herself for a terrible event she could do nothing about. Means sometimes some challenges happens, we blame ourselves.
Yes.
So
obviously,
instead of doing that, you need to embrace that with the help of personalization.
Yeah.
And the second one is pervasiveness. Naturally, the sadness infected every aspect of life, even work also. If you feel depressed in some particular area, your entire day will be spoiled.
Yes.
So, small, minute part of misery can make you misery for entire day. So this is pervasiveness. Pervasiveness means it explodes to everywhere. And the third one is permanence. After being stuck in this vicious cycle, it becomes impossible to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay.
Initially, it will start with the personalization, means blaming yourself.
Yeah.
That you will feel that it is infected for every area. Like you see, monkey, there is a wound of monkey, and it became pervasive and it became permanent, and it became impossible to return back. So you need to treat it in the initial stage only. If you don't treat it in the initial stage, the other things will be undominated. Means you cannot able to handle them in the proper way. Okay. Let us write down the 8 chapters what we have covered. How many we can recollect? Let us see. First chapter we have seen resilience. What is the second chapter?
Sorry.
Kick out the elephant out of the room. Okay. This is the second lesson. What is the third lesson we have seen?
Sorry.
Self-compassion and
yes.
What is the fourth chapter we have seen? Let me review.
Okay, sir.
Oh, sorry. The third lesson is the platinum rule of friendship. Let me add one more. The platinum rule of friendship. So I am just recollecting the lessons from whatever we have covered.
Yeah.
First thing is resilience, how to build it. We will see that again. Second one is kick out of the elephant out of the room. The third powerful chapter is the platinum rule of friendship, to share each other's. And the fourth one is self-compassion and self-confidence. Fifth chapter is bouncing forward.
Yeah.
Bouncing forward is a powerful lesson. We need to learn a lot of that from
Yes.
the sixth chapter is training and learning at work. Seventh chapter is parenting, which means raising resilient kids. And eighth chapter is find meaning and joy.
I have one quick question. This
Yeah, go
why
ahead.
she's made that kid as a resilient kid? Why it's not any other? That is, she's you thinks she is every knowledge and activities and like resilient. That is a very eager fellow. Or
Yeah.
which meaning she is given this one?
The meaning is she gone through the trauma, right? She went
Yeah.
through the trauma. She felt
Mm,
herself, she blamed herself.
yeah.
She thought that her kid should not go through that.
Oh.
And her kid should be brave enough to face any challenge.
Oh.
And her kid should not feel that she has no father.
Oh.
Lot of things will go on mind of kid if there is no parent. So
Yes.
to build that, it takes lots of courage to train the kid into become resilient.
Mm.
So make her strong in any cases. So let us see the action step from each and everything what we have seen. So how do you do that? This is the three things that we have seen
Okay.
to build the resilience.
Mm.
Let's write down here. We have
Yeah,
seen
resilience.
seeking social support, practicing self-care, and finding purpose. Why? Because life is not as per the expected. Means we
Yeah.
expect something, it will not be executed as the same way.
Yeah.
Suppose, let us take an example, climbing a mountain.
Oh.
And we might have a plan to go through the top of the mountain.
Yes.
Sometimes the path might be as smooth as what we expected. Sometimes path might be changing. And not
Yeah.
only nature also need to support. Sometimes weather also plays a crucial role.
Yeah.
Sunny or rainy, and sometimes we need to stay back or we need to change the path every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah. It will come as too much of breeze and too much of cold and never we have some period of time you do not get oxygen sufficiently.
Yes.
Yeah. This most of things it will happen.
The thing is, we cannot change the mountain.
Yes.
We cannot change the circumstances. The only thing
Yes.
is we can change ourselves to cope up with the mountain. In the same way, self-care, practicing self-care is the main path of changing ourselves.
Yes.
Practicing self-care helps the resilience, means whatever the challenge comes in the life, that will mold us in a powerful manner.
Yeah.
So that is the main lesson of the building the resilience. Okay. Kicking out of the elephant room is another part to free out your mind.
Yes.
To free out your mind, have your platinum rule of friendship, which is nothing but
Okay.
empathy and compassion. Showcase your empathy and compassion. Suppose you need only listening skills, not only talking skills.
Yeah.
Sometimes, mimes, Charlie Chaplin,
Yeah.
he don't talk anything, but he made compassion and empathy towards him, right? Mr.
Yes.
Bean. Mr. Bean is another example.
Yeah.
Even silence also makes the communication possible. Only thing is,
Yeah.
we need to convey and we need to listen it carefully. That is help of empathy. Empathy means to understand completely and put into them their shoes. Self-compassion and self-confidence is a part of again resilience. We have seen all the techniques. So we have
Yes.
learned the techniques. Let us try to implement them in as much possible as every day. I want
Okay.
you to, as you are going to sleep now, just
Yeah.
do practice gratitude and mindfulness before going to bed, and just imagine or visualize whatever your tasks come or tomorrow you are going to do. Thank you so much.
Yes.
See you tomorrow in the next session. Until then,
Yeah.
stay connected, keep progressing.